Hey everybody, Life's Journey at 50 here. So, hey, you guys can probably see my F900 back here. Okay, you haven't seen it a lot lately, and that's because it's been sitting in the shop for about 8-9 weeks. And by the time you see this video, it's obviously already been back, but it sat in the dealership probably a few weeks in July, all of August, and half the time in September. So I didn't get really a chance to ride it. I didn't even get to bring it to Whale and Wayne weekend. Obviously I did the Idaho BDR, but it sat in the dealership. And if you've watched my videos and you saw me talk about this when I first took it out and stuff like that, yeah, I took a spill on it and stuff like that. Well, the left fork seal was leaking, and you know, just normal, thought I got dirt up in there, just kind of the normal stuff. Tried to clean it out, still was leaking, took it to the dealership. They couldn't get it undone. Now it's got a problem, right? And I guess I should back up too. Now I had better springs put into the front. Showa, I had them upgraded a little bit just because of my size and weight and all that other stuff. So, but nothing crazy, just, you know, new ones and put them in there. And a couple of things. One, BMW didn't have the parts, didn't have new fork seals. And then they said it needed a new fork sleeve. And you guys probably know more about this stuff than I do. But BMW didn't have the parts. Well, so I don't know, like I said, it'd been sitting in there for about 6 weeks or more, 6 to 8 weeks. And when they said the bike was done, the bill, you know, I was going to pay for it. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. This bike has less than 900 miles on it. You guys couldn't fix the fork seals. It stopped the leak or whatever. It sounds to me like a manufacturer issue. Shouldn't warranty at least pay for the fork seals and the fork sleeve, right? And obviously the labor that goes with it. So they said no, because they claimed that the new springs that were put in wrong. And I had called BMW Motorrad myself, and yes, there was a claim put in. It was denied because it said it wasn't OEM manufactured. So now I'm in a rock and a hard place, right? I've got the dealership I bought it from that did the work versus the dealership that I take my bikes to get serviced, because again, they're about 8 hours away from one another. And I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised that the dealership that put them in, regardless of the arguments back and forth between both dealers on if they put them in right, put them in wrong, blah, 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 stepped up to the plate, just paid the bill, took care of it, and I went and picked my bike up for, you know, basically at no cost to me. And that speaks volumes, because I've bought a few bikes from them, and they are just fantastic folks to do that and to step up. Again, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know any of this stuff. Don't know what was right, wrong, indifferent, what was said, not said. But I was just telling you, on the flip side of everything, just like, how does BMW not have parts for a bike that they came out with a year ago, especially on something that they claim is enduro, and you have no fork seals and no fork sleeves? Like, it took like 8 weeks. Now, I was told that BMW shuts down for something like a month or something in the summer, and maybe that's what delayed it or whatever. But it just seems odd to me that there's just like, you can't find any parts, and that's just very frustrating to me on a different levels or whatever. So that's part of the reason why you haven't seen my F900 out. I hope to get it out this fall. Like I said, you know, if you've watched a couple of my videos, I've got the burn on my ankle, so I don't know how much I can really get my foot into a boot and be anything aggressive without irritating it and possibly causing an infection in there. But this bike is still, to me, an absolutely fantastic bike. I was giddy with it. Now you're going to see another video where I decatted this and put a new muffler, you know, and took about 10 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds out with the cat, and I really just can't wait to get this bike back out on the trails and ride it. It's just a fantastic machine, and really looking forward to getting some more miles on it. But yeah, it's a shame that my bike's been roughly, I think even more than that, maybe 8 to 10 weeks total. It's been in the shop, and I don't know, what did I get this thing back in beginning of May? And half the time it's been in the shop. So hopefully nobody's gone through that. With your bike, your F900, with the fork seals and any of that stuff going on. I'm just glad that we got it all worked out. And like I said, got the bike back and go from there. So if you've been wondering why I haven't been on the F900, there hasn't been more content. That's the reason why. And I wanted to share that story with you guys. And again, leave your comments, anything that you have below. It's always rough when you can't ride one of your bikes. Now, granted, it's a first world problem. I do have 3 other bikes, 2 GSs and a Beta to go run around on. So I'm very fortunate that way. But if this was your only bike and it was sitting for 8 to 12 weeks, you'd be a little bit PO'd, I think, not being able to have your bike and be a little upset. So anyhow, thanks a lot. Really appreciate the time. Hit that like, subscribe, notification button. Greatly appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.